Example 3.5. Example 3.5 is a 5-mark question. You have to solve these two equations by elimination method. Okay. So, this first year rendu linear equation aan paakanum. The difference between the previous sum that we did and example 3.5 is inga ungalku right hand side la you do not have a constant, right? You have it as 7xy. So this is not a linear equation. So enna honna solution, இப்போ for example நம்ம x is equal to 0 nu போட்டோம்னா in any of these equations, for example take the first equation and we put x is equal to 0, the right hand side will become 7 into 0 into y, which is nothing but 0, right? So and here it will become 3 into 2 into 0 is 0, so it will just be y. So you will get 3y is equal to 0 and therefore y will be 0. Likewise, if you put y is equal to 0 in any of these equations, you will get 3 into 2x plus 0 அது அப்படியே விட்டுறலாம் is equal to 7 into x into 0, and this term, because you're multiplying it with 0, is again giving you 0. Therefore you get 6x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. So if you put x is equal to 0 or y is equal to 0, because you are having a non-linear equation, always you will get the resultant as 0, right? So that is what is different in this sum. So in the sum is a different sum but not a difficult sum. கஷ்டமான சம்மே கிடையாது. So இதை omit பண்ண வேண்டாம். So 7 into x into y or 11 into x into y, if you put x or y as 0, you're going to get 0 here. So typically 0, 0, x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 is one solution for these two sets of equations. But you have to find another solution where x is not equal to 0 and y is not equal to 0. அது எப்படி பண்றதுன்னு நம்ம இப்போ பார்க்க போறோம். Okay? Right. So let's mark this as equation 1. Okay? And let's mark this as equation 2. So நம்ம typically தெரிஞ்சது என்ன, always in the right hand side we need a constant. Constantனா நீங்க ஒரு நம்பர் தான் அங்க பார்த்திருப்பீங்க இல்லையா, ஒரு 7 ஒரு 11 அவ்வளவுதான். So we don't want this xy over here, right? So அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னா we are going to divide equation 1 and 2, sorry my handwriting is a little bad, by xy. So if I divide this equation by xy என்ன ஆகுது, நான் brackets remove பண்ணிக்கிறேன், multiplying 3 with 2x plus y. So this equation becomes 6x plus 3y is equal to 7xy. This is my first equation. If I am going to divide this equation by xy, எப்படி இருக்கும் அது, எது கேன்சல் ஆயிடும், இங்க xy கேன்சல் ஆயிடும், இங்க y மட்டும் கேன்சல் ஆகும், இங்க x மட்டும் கேன்சல் ஆகும். So this equation typically becomes 6 by y plus 3 by x is equal to 7. Okay? Good. I'm going to mark this as equation 3. So எனக்கு தேவையானது I've got it, right? I have eliminated xy from my right hand side and I've got a constant which is 7. Likewise, can you do it for equation 2 also? Do the sum along with me. So I'm going to divide this second equation also by xy. So now you tell me எதெல்லாம் cancel ஆகும். இங்க xy will get cancelled, இங்க y gets cancelled, and here x gets cancelled, right? So this equation can be written as 3 by y plus 9 by x is equal to 11, right? So good. Now we have eliminated xy from both equation 1 and 2. Okay? But we have put ourselves into another problem. xy eliminate பண்ணிட்டோம், but we have got x and y as a fraction here. We are not used to that இல்லையா, நம்ம இந்த மாதிரி சம் பார்த்தது கிடையாது. So denominator x உம் y உம் இருந்ததுன்னா how do we solve this? It's still a linear equation. So how do you solve this linear equation? Right? அதுக்கு நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன்? I am going to assume 1 by x is going to be equal to a and 1 by y is equal to b. என்னோட third equation based on this assumption in the equation becomes 6b. 1 by y is plus 3a is equal to 7. Right? இது நம்ம பெட்டரா எழுதணும்னா எப்படி எழுதலாம்? We can write it as 3a plus 6b is equal to 7. அதே மாதிரி take the fourth equation. Fourth equation becomes, this equation here becomes 3b. ஏன் b போடுற? 3 by y is nothing but 3 into 1 by y. 1 by y தான் நம்ம b ன்னு assume பண்ணிருக்கோம். So that is why I am writing like this. 3b plus 9a is equal to 11. So let's put a first. So 9a plus 3b is equal to 11. Now this looks like your familiar linear equation, right? 3a plus 6b equal to 7. Let's mark this as equation 5. And 9a plus 3b is equal to 11. Let's mark this as equation 6. Now what shall we eliminate? Shall we eliminate b? இப்போ b eliminate பண்ணணும்னா என்ன பண்ணணும்? I should multiply the sixth equation here by 2, right? So this equation becomes 18a plus 6b is equal to 22. So ஏற்கனவே let's mark this as equation 7. நான் என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன்? I multiplied the sixth equation with 2 because I want to eliminate b. So already I have the fifth equation as 3a plus 6b is equal to 7. This was my fifth equation. So the ரெண்டுத்தையும் I am going to subtract. Why am I going to subtract? Because I want to make this component 0. ரெண்டுமே plus இருந்தது. So I am changing this to a minus sign. வெறும் இந்த component கொண்டு மாத்தினா போராது. You have to change the sign for all the elements. So 18 minus 3a is going to be 15a is equal to 15. This anyway becomes 0. It gets cancelled. So now it's easy, right? So you know that a is equal to 15 by 15, which is equal to 1. So if a is equal to 1, what will be the value of b? Substitute it in the fifth equation here for a. So 3 into a. 3 into 1 is 3. So I'm writing it as 3 plus 6b is equal to 7. Therefore 6b எப்போமே தெரியாததெல்லாம் ஒரு பக்கம். Keep the unknowns to one side. The plus 3 here goes to the other side as minus 3. Therefore we get 6b is equal to 4 and therefore b is equal to 4 by 6. On simplification ரெண்டுமே 2ல divide பண்ணோம்னா this becomes b is equal to 2 by 3. Good. So we have found a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 2 by 3. So do you think the sum is over here? No. நம்மளோட question was not to solve for a and b. Our purpose was to solve for x and y. Many people, whenever they do sums, many children, they will stop after finding a and b. That's a common mistake. So a and b is only what you have assumed. You assumed 1 by x is equal to a. Remember? So you assumed 1 by x is equal to a. But you know that a is equal to 1. Up x என்னவா இருக்கும்? X is also going to be 1. Likewise, you assumed 1 by y is equal to b. But inga b என்ன? 2 by 3, right? So it's 2 by 3. அப்போ y என்னவா இருக்கும்? Cross multiply, right? Take 3 is equal to 2y, but you need to find only y. Therefore, y will be equal to, in the 2 in the pakkam கீழே போயிடும், 3 by 2. So you have y is equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, you have two solutions for this set of equations, right? One solution is 0, 0 and the other solution is 1, 3 by 2. The only difference here is you have to assume divide by xy first, right? Divide the two equations by xy. Then assume 1 by x is equal to a and 1 by y equal to b, because you want to make it a linear equation and solve it. And you will have two solutions for x and y. Very, very simple sum for 5 marks. Do it 2-3 times. You will be able to crack it. If you have any doubts, as always, you can mail me.